Whispers. They say there are voices that linger in the shadows, voices from the past trying to be heard. In the town of Willow Creek, those whispers have never been silenced. The town, forgotten by time, hides a dark secret, a curse that waits for the right moment to resurface. But no one dares to speak of it. For years, the townsfolk have kept their mouths shut, but that silence is about to break. Willow Creek was once a bustling town, alive with laughter and movement. But now it's a ghost town, an eerie place where even the air feels heavy. The wind blows through the abandoned streets, whispering forgotten stories. There's an unsettling silence, as if the town itself is holding its breath, waiting for something to happen. For years, the townsfolk lived in fear, passing down hushed warnings to their children, warning them never to venture too far from the center of town. But over time, even the warnings faded, just like the town itself. Yet, deep in the forgotten corners, the curse still waits. James had heard the stories. Stories of people disappearing in the dead of night, vanishing without a trace. Their last words nothing more than cryptic whispers. But he didn't believe them, not until he arrived in Willow Creek. James was a journalist, used to chasing mysteries and uncovering the truth behind legends. When he first read about Willow Creek, it seemed like the perfect story for him. He could already imagine the headline, "The Mystery of Willow Creek, a town forgotten by time." But now, standing in the heart of the town, he felt something he had never felt before: unease. The buildings around him seemed to stare back, their broken windows reflecting the dim light like empty eyes. The streets felt narrower, the air thicker. He could almost hear the town whispering to him, urging him to leave. But James was not one to be scared away. He took a deep breath, adjusted his camera, and walked toward the heart of the mystery. The journal was a key, a gateway to the curse that had been buried for generations. James didn't know it yet, but the moment he touched it, he had awakened something that couldn't be undone. James stumbled upon the journal in an old bookstore tucked away in a corner of the town. The shop was filled with dust and shadows, as if it hadn't been touched in years. The journal lay on a dusty shelf, its leather cover cracked and worn. It seemed to call to him, beckoning him closer. He opened it. The first few pages were filled with faded, unreadable text. But then one page caught his eye. It was different. The handwriting was fresh, almost as if it had been written recently. And the words, they were chilling. The curse begins with the first word. The end is inevitable. The town will die. But the curse will never die. James's heart raced. He couldn't explain why, but something deep inside told him that touching this journal had been a mistake. But it was too late. The whispers had already begun. The curse had begun long before James arrived. It was said that centuries ago, a terrible injustice had been done. A young woman, accused of witchcraft, was burned alive in the center of town. But the townsfolk made a mistake. They had cursed themselves. As James delved deeper into the journal, the story of the woman came to life. Her name was Eliza. She had been a healer, a woman of knowledge and power, and the people of Willow Creek had feared her. They accused her of witchcraft, of practicing dark magic, and in their ignorance, they sentenced her to a painful death. But as the flames consumed her body, something happened. Eliza cursed the town, her final words ringing in the ears of those who had wronged her. May the blood of the innocent flow until the last soul is taken. You will never know peace. You will never know rest. James paused. The words echoed in his mind. He had thought of them as just another legend, but now they felt like a prophecy. The whispers grew louder, now frantic, as James realized the curse was not just a story. It was real, and it was coming for him. The spirit of the wronged woman had awakened, and she would not rest until she had claimed her vengeance. James couldn't shake the feeling that something was following him. At first, it was subtle, a chill in the air, the feeling of being watched. But soon the whispers began, faint at first, then louder, closer. They seemed to come from everywhere: the walls, the floor, his own thoughts. At night, he would lie awake, the sound of whispers creeping into his mind, taunting him, telling him that his time was running out. But no matter how hard he tried to ignore them, they only grew stronger. The curse had found him, and it wouldn't stop until it had him too. And so the curse of Willow Creek claimed another soul. No one will speak of it, but the whispers will continue, until another fool stumbles upon the forgotten curse. James knew he couldn't outrun the curse. He could feel it closing in, the darkness enveloping him. In the final moments, he stood in the town square, staring up at the same post where Eliza had met her end. The wind howled around him, and the whispers grew into a deafening roar. A figure appeared before him, her face twisted in anger, her eyes glowing with vengeance. "You are mine," she whispered, and James finally understood the full weight of the curse. With that, everything went dark.